What is up, friends? What is up? This is Phil Plays Bass, where Phil plays some bass and does some other things. Talks about bass, listens to suggestions, throws himself into the deep end, sometimes tries to transcribe things on the fly. Mike and Nate are already here. Thanks for joining, guys. Really appreciate it. I hope you had a lovely Friday night. So did I. I met some of your I met some Americans last night at this little what we call cultural centres. There's one in my hometown, and they had an open mic night, and it was really cool. And I met an American couple who essentially sponsor this this little cultural centre, and they were really lovely. And somebody had told them, "Oh, you need to check out this bass player. Go check him out on YouTube." So this lovely David person came up to me, shook my hand very dynamically. It was like, "Oh my God, it's you! You're a monstrosity on the bass. I saw you playing. I saw your videos. You're a monster. You're a monster. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk." So some good things might be coming from this little open mic night that I did. I didn't even play. I didn't do my fantastic rendition of "Isn't She Lovely." I wasn't confident enough, and I hadn't brought my pedals, so yeah, that's the start. Nit says, "Still best intro ever. So professional." Hey, dude, I appreciate that. It's other people spent money doing video clips and videos, and I just asked for permission. I was like, "Hey, dude, remember that video we did? Can I use some bits of it for the for my stream?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, dude." So it's just spliced together videos of me playing. They're all of these videos are literally on YouTube in some places. And oh jeez, everybody's joining. Zach and Julene, thank you guys, appreciate you. Mike says, "Just heading out. I was just heading out to mow the yard, but I can pluck for an hour." That's the spirit, sir. That's the spirit. Hello, Zach. How's it going, dude? Zach, congratulations on you being sort of handpicked by your teacher to record some of his, what I'm guessing is like his compositions. Is that what's going on? Yeah. Julien says, "Imagine you go to Guitar Center and play full Aprieta." Yeah, that would give these poor guys a break from... for sure. I'm great, thanks. I'm going to get wasted with friends today. Zach, I thought you were a tea drinker. I didn't take you for the drinking kind. You seem like such an intentional, focused person, but looks can be deceptive. No, it's not looks. Oh, Nate, thanks for sharing some of the videos from the bass player from Stop Drop Rewind. It's a shame that he's breaking it down now. He's making it really easy for people to pick up on the that awesome bass line. And I'm kind of like, "Oh, dude, you don't make it so easy. Like you've got to work for your bread, man." Yeah, THC infused tea. Today I'm practicing with you, man. My bass is ready. Lovely. Without further ado, then. Let's get cracking. I haven't done any playing today, and my hands are quite cold, so it's gonna be a bit ropey at first. But let's switch to the action cam. Hello, you guys are now in the action. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for today, because sadly my lower back is giving me some trouble again. Every time I have to stand at a gig or an open mic or whatever, the next day I'm just in constant pain. So I'll see how long I can sort of stomach it for. Soldier through. Zach says, "I mix tea with alcohol. Choux puer with Jägermeister is great." What? For real? Tastes like Gleintwine. But Gleintwine? What on earth is Gleintwine? But today's just beer. Fair enough. 4 strings. Mike says, "I like to match Philippe." I appreciate that, Mike. It's just because the strings on my 5 are a little bit dull now, and I'm not enjoying. I'm enjoying playing the 4 string a lot more at the moment, even though my oh, I see. It's like what you call this thing that people have at parties, like big bowl full of wine with fruit. It's called. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, let's put a click on and get cracking. Come on, YouTube. Where are you? There we go. Right. We're good to go. I'm going to start with some of Hadrian's favorites. Oh, I did a lot of coding today again. So you guys should now be able to upload, to save your own little practice routines. If you're so inclined, name them, edit them, open another one, that kind of stuff. Edit, remove, blah, 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 save, delete, which I don't recommend because if you delete it, there's no confirmation. So if you delete it, it's just gone. I need to work on that as well. And I also need to implement the an option for the click to start automatically when you're moving from one practice phase to the other. But for now, I'm pretty happy with the UI. I think it's starting to look pretty decent, and you can obviously switch at will between various phases of your practice routine. I think and you can add phases, obviously, cooldown duration, blah, blah, blah. And I need to add an option here for to select the BPM at which you will practice. So yeah, I'm not going to use this today because I forgot to create a proper one. So I'm just going to set a click and get cracking. Just random bottles poured in, always a great time. Sangria, Mike, thank you. That was the word I was looking for. But Zach says it's not. It's not that. It's punch bowl. Fair enough. Zach, don't forget, watch Spinal Tap. Zach, you've never seen Spinal Tap? My God, dude, lucky man. You're in for a good time, especially if you're drinking and your friends are up for it. Watch it with mates. It's British humor, though. It is 100% British humor. So I didn't used to get it. It made no sense to me when I first watched stuff like that. A movie called Four Lions as well. When I first moved to London, a friend of mine showed it to me. All of the humor, all of the comedy went over my head. It's very much a cultural thing when it comes to comedy and humor. But yeah, I agree. The Brits are, if not the best, they're definitely in competition with the Americans for best comedy output for sure. All right, guys, I'm going to start with the Bumblebee at 80 BPM because I like this exercise. And again, my left hand is super, super cold at the moment. So 80 BPM seems reasonable. 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, so cold. Jeez. Oh, yeah. Bruno's pretty hilarious, yeah. You know, I actually saw Sacha Baron Cohen at a wedding once. Or was it a bar mitzvah? Oh, I can't remember. Did a very fancy series of shows last year and the year before, playing for bar mitzvahs and weddings. For well, obviously that particular one was kind of I think it was a bar mitzvah. Sorry, And Sacha Baron Cohen was in the audience. I don't think he stayed for very long, but he was there. Yeah. That's it. Didn't speak to him, didn't shake his hand, didn't say thank you for the comedy. But, yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm going to stay on this for a little bit because it feels really, really, I'm fighting against the bass today. Yesterday felt a lot more fluid, but right now, all over the place. Ouch. It's not warming up. What's up, Jeffrey? Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. Let's move on to the second exercise. I don't think I'll be able to take the Flight of the Bumblebee to a speed test today because, it's going to take some more warming up beforehand. Maybe a touch faster actually. Maybe I am warming up after all. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm still not warming up. My granddad's shirt, absolutely, Mike. That's correct. It's making the comeback. The jumper is somewhere around here as well, but who knows? It might make an appearance at some point. Mike says, when I match you on this exercise, but I'm a half step away, it sounds hilarious. I'd be curious to hear that. What is up, Jason? Thanks for joining us again, dude. Much appreciated. Relevant question, Jason. Where are you from? Jason John. It's got to be the UK or US. It could be Oh, there's an exercise I forgot. I'm from funky Louisiana. I keep an alligator for a yard dog. And Jason is from Malaysia, joining us from Malaysia. Thank you for joining us again, John. Much appreciated. And thanks for joining the Discord as well. Welcome. Next stream, guys, before I forget, it's going to be on Monday for sure, and then Friday. Those 2 days are for now guaranteed. I'll be streaming unless something happens. I don't know. Need to go to the chiropractor, which is going to start to have to happen very soon. Bit convoluted, but yeah, you get the general meaning. Yesterday, I said I was going to talk about level 42, but I ended up just playing it for 10 minutes, and then we started just doing some looping, which was fun. But I want to spend a bit more time on this because I first of all, I don't have it still. As a reminder, guys, this is what it sounds like. I'll just play a few seconds of it so as to not get in trouble with the gods of YouTube. And it's not playing. Restart capture. Here we go. Okay. There she is. Sorry, at speed. That's essentially what I'm trying to loop. The rest of the tune is cool and interesting. At this, why is this happening? What is this? I still don't understand why this is happening. It's pretty awesome though. kind of impractical in the middle of the stream, but pretty cool. Grazing cow, pig, hippo. Yep. And it says, my guard dog is more like a grazing cow, pig, hippo. Oh, that's where it's coming from. I thought you were just naming the crazy little icons that were appearing on stream. Yeah, where does that fountain of emojis come from? It's got to be something I said or something I did, some kind of movement. Because obviously when I do this, something happens. Something used to happen when I used to do this. Yay! Oh, jeez. I kind of like the look of it, though. It's very 90s. I don't know, just a weird look. So level 42. I've basically got the why is it starting there? That's not very practical. Should be starting at 63, I think. As a reminder, guys, this program I'm using is called, it's called Amazing Slow Downer. 3 words, Amazing Slow Downer. It's about $40, and I've been using that for 10 years. I've transcribed countless tunes using this tool. It's very, very simple, very approachable, which is fine for me. There are better tools out there, where you can, transcribe. You can see the sound waves and do like advanced slicing, splicing, repeat, looping, different sections, blah blah blah. I've never really found a use for it. This very simple tool is absolutely fine for me, and I strongly recommend it if you're into transcribing. This is affordable and simple, which is my favorite thing. Okay, I'm not going to play any more of that today. It's just as a reminder for you guys. And it's at 85 BPM seems like a reasonable place to start again. So, yeah, where do we start? Big old slide. And already there's plenty to discuss with just that very first line. Thumb, slap, thumb, pop. Such a cool line. Let me just move this a touch. There we go. Hard to wrap your head around what's going on there, but that very first line, that already in itself is a world of thing. So many ways you can adapt that, but that's the second part that is the really, I find it to be the trickiest bit. Because there's a lot of muting, there's a lot of invisible things that are happening in that exact moment. I'm when playing slap, especially on the E string, you have to do so much muting, and in this case, I'm not slapping as hard as I could because I'm getting a pretty decent sound with just a sort of gentle. You guys can see I've got a little bit of callus there from slapping, right there on the other side, right there. This thing. That's essentially what I'm hitting the strings with, and you can kind of see that there's a little bump there. There we go, right there, on the right side of my thumb. This little thing just here. And the muting there is actually quite tricky. I'm not entirely sure why. I find it because it's very syncopated. And these two notes, that has to be really, first of all, on time and very clean. Otherwise, you sort of lose the. Well, that's the problem with slap in general. You lose the tidiness of it if you don't do like solid muting the whole way through. You can already tell that there's already so many techniques in there. It's like obviously the pop. You guys will be familiar with the technique that's required to play that. I'm not yanking the string off the neck. It's just a gentle pop, and the pinky finger is essentially fretting the note until literally a split second after I've played it. After that, it literally just it stops fretting it, but still rests on top of the note, and that's how you get that nice that nice tidy clean pop, is by having your fingers fret the note and immediately mute it. What a clever line. In slap, so often you find yourself playing octaves, but in this case we're playing a tenth, essentially a major third up the octave. In this case a B, because we're playing a sort of G major double stop. I could play it a bit faster now, I think. Should we try 105? Actually, I'll just put a little Logic drum track on at the same time. Might be a good idea. It always sounds a bit better with some actual drums in the background. Okay, it's not playing just yet, but it will. There we go. I don't need bongos. Okay, 105. Let's give it a try. Yeah, my improv on slap is not great, not great. Chorus is very cool indeed, Yulene. It is a very cool chorus. I wish I could play it on stream, but I haven't gotten to the chorus yet. It's just the slap line that I think when you first introduced that tune to me, I had heard it at the time, but I sort of just discounted it a little bit. I was like, oh, it's just Mark King doing Mark King. But it turns out there's a lot more to this little riff than meets the eye or meets the ear. Mike says, I've never tried one of those fret wraps things, but I'm curious. So am I. Going back to our... this is one of these occasions where that would actually be super, super useful. Yeah, I might just look into that. Maybe get myself one of those to stop the... That's what they do, right? They stop the strings from... They stop the open strings from ringing when you're playing other things, or greatly reduce the vibrations, I think. Yeah. I mean, the guys, the Henrik Linder from Dirty Loops as well. That's his slapping technique is just, it's unreal as well. On a 5-string as well. 6-string. My bad. On a 6-string. I stole a lot of. What about those old school Fender P bass? And they had that bridge mute. It was like a lever by the bridge. Dude, that rings a bell. Can you remember the model? I don't. Yeah, how does that go again? What did these look like? Oh, I thought we could look at this guy again today. Little puppy man, sad puppy face man. What were we saying? Old school P bass mute. Oh, well, looky there. Installing a Jaguar mute on a P bass. Yeah, okay, that's maybe not the original stuff, but that looks pretty cool. Oh, it's a blog. Oh, Sean Hurley. Okay, Sean Hurley of I think he was John Mayer's bass player for a while, and that I don't think that's even the biggest name on his CV. This guy, Sean Hurley, fantastic bass player. So that's a Jaguar. It's a Jaguar mute that you would then install on your bridge. That's interesting. Oh, you got to drill. You got to drill, baby, drill. Blah, 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 blah. Interesting. But what I'm kind of struggling to find ways in which this doesn't get in the way of your playing. I think in my case, this would easily, I wouldn't say it wouldn't bother me per se, but obviously on a jazz bass it wouldn't work because the bridge mic, the bridge pickup would sort of get in the way, or it would be just around that little lever thing. Would be just this little thing here would land just where my bridge pickup is. But on a P bass, I suppose that could make sense actually. Now that I sort of think myself into buying one of these things. They were like the Ashtray days. Okay, I see. Yeah, very early days then. It was just a small hunk of aluminum and had a simple push lever that would mute. Yep. It's called Nordi Mute. That company makes one that fit new basses easily. Mike says, I bought a plain sponge for cleaning and cut into strips to push under the strings at the bridge. Yep, agreed. Pretty clever. Nordy mute. Nordy mute. Nordy. Ah, okay. Get the Nordy mute. It looks cool, but the muting is too. Got the Nordy mute. It looks cool, but the muting is too strong compared to my folded bit of foam. Might have to mod it and make the string slots wider. Okay, so in this case, it's not a lever. It's right. You said that's more of a not permanent. Sorry. It's not the kind of thing that you can play with as you're playing. Otherwise, you have to hold it and then put it back on and hold it and take it off, hold it, put it back on. No drill needed. True. Probably a better option if you're gonna do like a Motown gig every now and then. That is pretty true. That is true. Pretty cool. What other kinds of weird things are we going to find here? Oh, that looks like it could be authentic. Fender Jazz Bass mute system. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see the picture. Look at this. You ever seen something like that? Fender Jazz Bass mute system, 1960 to 1962. That does look old school as shiz. Wow, little springs. Huh, interesting. I don't know why they did it with individual strings and oh, so you can maybe remove one rather than one single piece. Well, it was the 60s, I suppose. Crazy times. Yeah, the cost is it's pretty eye-watering. Only $14 for shipping, though. It's only 1% of the cost. Yeah, I mean, you guys know me now. By now, I'm not much of a gearhead, but I do appreciate finding these odd little things. Oh. That looks like a lever system again. Okay. Hello. Hi. String muting tools im Direktvergleich. Perfect Motown sound. Why not just use old strings and use your thumb? I know, you can't always do that, but cool. I like it. I don't think this is for me though, but all right, shall we do some more Aprieta? I've been putting it off too long. It's not really improving. I think I'm somewhat able to slog through the first part at 80%. Not really. Not really. Man, I meant to save and forward this vid I watched a couple of days ago. Crazy bassist had hipshot drop tuners installed on all of his tuning pegs, made some epic sound. Is it Michael Manring by any chance, Nate? Because yeah, Michael Manring, that's like his calling card, that's his signature. Michael Manring. That is what he does. man, this guy is he's such an alien, but the music he makes is really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. Does this hurt the strings? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think probably as much as regular playing, I reckon. It would be more intense on the, possibly on the neck and the truss rod, and the point where the neck meets the body. So I think the bass has to be sort of built with that in mind. At least I wouldn't install it on a, like a vintage bass. I certainly would not do that. I don't think it's built to keep that tuning. You'd have to have a very rigid or very flexible truss rod. I'm not too sure actually about the physics of it, but I think they only drop by a semitone. Shall we just have a quick listen again? Oh, okay. So in this case, it's a tone. That would probably have more of an impact on the neck, I reckon, rather than the strings. Although you'd probably need it. Yeah, you'd need to have your strings. They can be fresh out of the pack, really, because they wouldn't keep their tuning. This is a good question, Jason. It's a good question. Has anybody ever tried this kind of mechanism? Yeah, I wonder. I do wonder. Guys, talk within yourselves. I'll just practice for a while, okay? Oh gosh, okay. It's got to be done. So yeah, Michael Manring was the name of the guy. Nate, there you have it, Michael Manring. Akil, thanks for joining, dude. You're never late, dude. It's I'm early. I don't know. What was I again? No, I was late. Sorry. There was a good reason for that, but what am I doing? Aprieta. Let's keep going on this thing. You know what? I'll just do it to a click because it's a cop out. If I play along to the track, it's not going to give me real feedback on my progress. So. And then he goes into this A minor octave thing that I just cannot wrap my head around. And then he goes on to that, it's not a chorus, but it's that horn section. Bum 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 bum. And then I've got this. I think I spent about half an hour trying to learn that section. It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. There's no subdivisions to it. It's literally just you've got to memorize it. Am I gonna try and memorize it? I feel like I have to now, but I was playing it at 50% and I still couldn't memorize it. Oh no, hang on, it does repeat. It does repeat itself. That's what it was. That's what it is, okay. Okay, it's literally, it's one section, and that section is then shifted. But it's not an even amount of 16th notes. So it's one pattern that ends on an upbeat thing, and then that's why it feels like it's shifted and it doesn't make sense, but it's actually the same section twice with that riff at the end. Yeah. Yes. It turns out that all I needed to be was just a little more obstinate. Just a bit more obstination, just a bit more stubborn, and it would make sense eventually. So, got it. You don't hear slow downer? My bad. What have I done again? Yep, sorry. Done it again. Classic Phil. There we go. Classic boo-boo. Oh no, I've said it. Nate, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that, did you? The hoo-hoo. enough. I'm very, very happy that I cracked that. So do all right. It's crazy fast though. Yeah, so the whole thing is shifted by a beat or an eighth note. So the pattern, or whatever you want to call it, it's a bit shorter. He repeats it twice and then tags on that little. So he's very fond of moving patterns or composing patterns that fall just a bit short of the sort of normal 4 bars or 2 bars or whatever, and just tagging on the same pattern again with an extra little tag to make it an even amount of bars. It's a very clever little musical device. Okay, let's try 80%. Now. It's going to be hard to take it to 90%, but we're certainly going to try. I'm going to try and push myself a bit on this one. I'll let it run for 1 round, and then I'll try to follow. I think it's doable. Ooh, ouchie, quite painful. But I'm actually pretty excited about getting this thing to speed. Actually, now I thought I'd get bored of it, but it's actually quite. I don't know. You get a nice, rewarding sense of accomplishment. What did you do today, Phil? Oh, I transcribed some more Aprieta. Somewhat? You what? Somewhat? Never mind. Did you make any money though? Our children are starving. Yeah, but I can play this. Listen to this. How are we going to feed the kids, Phil? Fear not, my darling. The bass will pay for it. You guys ever seen that meme? My hands look like this, so that hers can look like that, and she's got a credit card on a card machine and it says declined. We've all seen. I mean, I saw that so many times. My hands look like this, so that hers can look like that. Declined. 2 guys walking down the street. One of them's a bass player, and the other one has no money either. Phil tells bass jokes. I hope you guys are laughing, because I feel it's kind of awkward doing this in your bedroom on your own. But hey, episode 113. So if I was bothered by that, I wouldn't have carried on. All right, guys, I'm gonna have a look at what you guys are talking about, and then we'll wrap it, because I've got to cook today. Um, do, 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 do. It's 3 times in this song. Oh, that section happens 3 times in that A section, Yulin. This section. Nate, it's literally just practice. Anyone can do it. There's no particular genetic predisposition for it. It's just time in the saddle. I know. It's like, yeah, but I can't do it now. I couldn't do it either. La hoo hoo. I heard nothing. Good. It's still an amazing bass line though. Like Sergeant Schultz used to say on Hogan's Hero, I hear nothing, I see nothing. That's a reference that I don't get, Mike, sadly. Oh. I do get old school Star Trek references though. Big Star Trek fan. I grew up watching MASH with my pops. Hogan's Hero was just before my time, I think, Mike. And Nate, you're a little bit older than I am, I think. Mike, let's not even talk about Mike. Mike's the... Mike, you used to play with some of the bebop cats, didn't you, back in the day? It was probably before nearly everybody's time. It was on, just never watched it. The oldies I watched were like I Love Lucy, Bewitched, Gilligan Island, etc. Oh my, yeah, your TV is so different from ours. Over yonder, over the pond. Mike says your plucking hand is amazing, Philippe. I appreciate that, Mike. Like I said, it's. I wish I could say it's. I wish I could give you guys the secret. But the secret is metronome and slightly increase the speed over time. Pick pieces that are challenging to the point where you're like, I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. And essentially that's kind of what I want to do with this stream. It's show you guys that with obstination, you can literally just get wherever you want to go. I don't mean in life, there's other things to take into account, but something as simple as amount of time spent practicing will produce results. There's just no doubt. Yeah, sure, you can take shortcuts, you can get better at things, blah, 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 but when it comes to such simple things as right hand finger speed and precision, just practice it. Just do it. And be your harshest critic. Coupled with long sessions of practicing that. I mean, there's so many awesome tunes. We talk about practicing Do I Do, adding ghost notes. Stuff like that, or Parallel Universe by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Couldn't do it at first, obviously, and I still can't play I still can't play the song full length. My hand is just absolutely wrecked after about 2 minutes, but yeah. So it happens again 2 times after the solo. Oh, great. Well, at least I didn't learn it for nothing. I need to work on my finger speed. I can zoom with a pick, but yeah, that's the old guitarist in me shredding. Yeah. It's not the same sound either. Yeah. For guitar, it's best to start with Cliffs of Dover, classic, and on bass, Classical Thump. Is that Victor Wooten? Classical Thump? Sounds like a Victor Wooten tune. I think first hard song for every bassist is Hysteria. That really builds stamina. Yeah. It's not bad, dude. For sure. I can think of plenty. All of the level 42 stuff. You guys will remember that I played Set Me Up by level 42 from the Guaranteed album. It's not playing. Where's Spotify? Spotify. Still not playing. Spotify. Restart capture. Why does it? Very, very good tune for that. Yeah, and the chorus goes. Very, very cool tune, and that's one that my my former bass mentor, teacher Stéphane Deville, always made me practice to, and eventually I got better at it. He couldn't play it. I think we played it like 2 or 3 times in a row, that tune, and he gave up eventually. He was like, "Oh, I can't do it anymore," and I was still going. That's how obstinate I was on the instrument, and that's if there's any secret to technique, that's what it is: being obstinate and repeating things a million times. Friends, I'm gonna have to go. Slightly shorter stream today, but I do appreciate everybody turning up as per usual. Much appreciated, you guys. Thank you very much. Making progress on the old Aprieta, so pretty chuffed with that. Same as starting to sound pretty clean, so I'm chuffed with that. It's going to be YouTube short material sooner than later, as well as a. It's coming, dude. It's coming. Very, very soon. I do need to record shorts. I do, man. In super high quality. What do you mean high quality? Like the bass sound needs to be super high quality? Because I completely agree with that, 100%. Nate, it's getting loads better by the day. It is, dude. But by the time you get above that sort of hump of being able to play it fast, well, at least at tempo, then you can leverage that double thumb thing, and the movement becomes super smooth and actually intuitive, nearly. Whereas practicing it super slow, the parts are too far apart for you to take advantage of. Just the morphology is the word I was looking for. The morphology of your hand and the movement, and it just, my hand starts to look a lot more like Chris's, actually. So yeah, again, thanks for introducing me to that band, dude. Really appreciate that. That lick reminds me of Is It Luck by Primus. Ooh, gonna have to check that out. I'm Canadian now. Is It Luck, Primus. I'm not gonna play it on the stream, but I'll check it out. Alright guys, thank you all very much for joining. Yulene, Nate, Michael, Jeffrey, Akil, and Jason, thank you all for joining. And if there's anybody else out there, thanks for joining as well. Do consider joining the Discord channel, the Discord server. There's a link in the description below. We're nearly at 700 subscribers, so yay! We'll be at 1,000 very soon, I have no doubt. And then we'll keep growing, and then this is going to become just insane community of just unbelievably obstinate people. Thank you guys. I will see you all. I'm not streaming tomorrow, for sure, guaranteed. But Monday I will be back 100% with some more goodness. And think of some interesting videos that you'd like for me to have a look at. Technique or cool live stuff. Do drop in a Discord, and then eventually I'll make my way through them, and we'll have a look at all of that, and it's going to be awesome fun. Thank you, everyone. I will see you on Monday. Take care, guys. Have a lovely weekend. Bye bye. Toodles. See ya.